afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another webisode of Make Something Happen. We're here today with Lisa Ryan. Thank you for coming. We look excited for our interview.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, Lisa is the Chief Appreciation Strategist. Her company is called Grategy, and she's also the co-founder of Positive Thinkers Network. And just a little bit about Lisa. Lisa has been providing keynotes, seminars, and workshops since 1997. She is featured in the movie The Keeper of the Keys with Jack Canfield of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Marcy Shimoff of The Secret, and John Gray of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Her second movie, The Gratitude Experiment, this is getting juicy here, also starring Bob Proctor and Dr. John DeMartini from The Secret, will be released in the summer of 2012. So that's going to be coming up, Lisa. That's exciting.
Yes,
you could tell us a little bit more about that, but right now, give us a little more background about yourself.
Sure. I actually spent over 20 years in sales, and I've sold just about everything.
Okay.
I actually sold people. I was an executive recruiter. I'm probably one of the few people on the planet that can say they sold their mother.
That's awesome. I hope she got a good job out of that
She did
career.
get a good job out of it. She stayed there for 2 years.
Okay. All right. That's great.
I've
Okay.
been in inside sales. I've sold electrical cord and cable. I've sold welding products.
Okay.
And then for the last 7 years, I was in medical sales. I
Wow.
actually sold products into the OR.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 1.5 years ago, when my position was eliminated in medical sales, I decided to pursue something that I have wanted to do my whole life,
Okay.
which is speaking and writing.
Awesome.
And so I kind of put aside that
Mm-hmm.
typical job
Okay.
in
Okay.
sales, and I'm pursuing my dreams now. And in
That's
that 1.5
exciting.
years, it's been amazing. It's 2 movies. My
Uh-huh.
second book is coming out.
Oh,
and
wow.
I am speaking and doing. I'm having more fun now than I've had for a long time.
And you're grateful, right?
I am so grateful. Well, and the thing is, it all started with gratitude.
Okay.
I started my gratitude journal in 2009.
All right.
I actually had gone to a seminar with a few of my friends, and it was a 4-day intensive seminar. We actually did a fire walk.
Okay.
And after the
You have to
seminar,
say something about that, you know, though.
right? Oh, yeah. After the fire walk,
Okay.
we didn't want to lose that feeling that we had from the seminar. I mean, this was a 4-day intensive. We were hyped up, but so
Okay.
many times we'd go to these seminars,
Oh,
and then
yes.
a period of time, you're right back to where you were.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So in order to capture that, we actually opened up a Facebook thread,
All right.
and every day we would write down a couple reflections from the show, and the key thing is we wrote down 3 things that we were grateful for.
Wow.
Started doing it every day and held each other accountable. And that single practice
Mm-hmm.
of writing down 3 gratitudes a day has changed my life on every single level. So now it's
Wow.
my mission to
Mhm.
spread the word.
Okay, you've heard her, ladies and gentlemen. And she's going to be after us, too. So
Yes, I am.
We're going to be held accountable for being grateful. And what does that do to an individual, being grateful?
When I talk about gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
it's to show gratitude. And I use the acronym of SHOW because it
Okay.
helps us in 4 different levels.
Mhm.
It helps us from our self,
Okay.
our perspective, the way that we look at the things that happen in our life, the people that come into our lives, the event, the circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
and whether we look at that's something that's good
Okay.
or bad, chances are when we get into the practice of looking for gratitude, looking for something for which we can be grateful, we can generally find it.
Okay.
It helps us from a health standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Study after study have shown the power of people that have a regular practice of gratitude. The Institute of Heart Math did a study that compared frustration
Okay.
versus appreciation on our heart.
Oh, wow.
What they did is they subjected a group of people to a period of frustration, and then
Okay.
they looked at the way that their heart beat. And on the chart, it looked like this.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's that space between the heartbeats, very irregular, very inconsistent.
Okay.
Same group of people, took them into a period of appreciation,
Mm-hmm.
and physically they could see the difference in the heartbeat.
Wow.
So when we look at how gratitude affects us physically, they also looked at a comparison between compassion and anger
Okay.
and its effect on the immune system, and found that when we are angry,
Mm-hmm.
we are actually depressing the efficiency of our immune system for up to 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Do you know Those same 5 minutes, if you were to spend them in compassion,
Mm-hmm.
which I put on the same playing field as appreciation,
Yes.
it actually improves the efficiency of your immune system for up to 6 hours.
So you're gaining 6 hours of life.
Right.
You look at it like
Absolutely.
that.
Right.
This is awesome. This is a great place to take a break, but we're going to come back and we're going to delve a little deeper into gratitude. The Grategy company with our Chief Appreciation Officer. We'll be right back.
Camp Tech allows you to create endless possibilities. We teach interactive technology through game, graphic, web design, 3D animation, and filmmaking for youth, businesses, parents, seniors, toddlers, for all ages. For more information, please visit our website at camptechonline.com. Camp Tech, creating endless possibilities.
Imagine having 16 people located anywhere in the world on a live video conference at the same time. That is the power of My Video Boardroom. This is an exciting product because within the boardroom, you can do presentations, PowerPoints, share your desktop, and so many more features. Include up to 16 video participants. Chat. No reservations required. Toll or toll-free numbers. Up to 100 attendees via phone. VoIP audio, application sharing, and desktop collaboration. The only person that needs the My Video Talk account on this conference is you, the person that schedules the meeting. Everyone else just needs internet access and a simple webcam to be part of the action. With our unique setup wizard, you can be up and running in minutes. Imagine how this product could cut down on travel time and expenses for businesses all over the world.
Okay, we're back with Lisa Ryan, and I also want to correct her title, the Chief Appreciation Strategist. Okay, we left off in an awesome, very powerful standpoint where we're talking about compassion and anger and what it does to the body.
Right.
And we actually adding life on.
Absolutely.
Hours. So hours turn into days, and of course weeks, months, and that turns into years.
Right.
Take it from there, Lisa.
Sure. When we look at all the little things that we're doing in our lives, those little periods of frustration,
Yes.
those little periods of anger, driving. I always like to drive.
Oh God! Why did you have to bring that one up?
Because we can all relate to it.
Okay.
But think about that. You're driving to work and some jerk cuts you off, right?
Yes.
So what do? Do you speed up and just look at him?
Yeah.
Or and then what happens? You get to the office, you're angry, you start telling everybody about it, you're creating this circle of negativity.
Yes.
And again, depressing your immune system. Those same 5 minutes though, instead of getting angry, same jerk cuts you off.
Yes.
But then you think, maybe that person just found that their child was rushed to the hospital and they're trying to get there. Get to a period of compassion. Send that person a blessing.
Yes. Because you know what? It's not about us.
It's not
the
about
anger. When we get angry like that, it's a selfish move.
Right. Absolutely.
I love what you that example.
Yeah. So then, same thing. We get to the office, but all of that anger is gone because we let it go while we were still in the car.
Wow.
The last thing about health is its effect on our sleep.
Okay.
Do you get enough sleep?
I think so. I'm on camera. She's asking if I get enough sleep. Of course I do.
Well, I'll tell you what. People that have a practice of gratitude not only are awake less time before they go to sleep, they sleep more soundly, and they awaken more refreshed. Wow. So even if you're getting enough sleep, the practice of gratitude can help it be better sleep.
I want the better sleep.
There you go.
That was a trick question.
Well, I'm glad that you get enough sleep. Let's just try to make it better.
Let's make it better.
So we looked at self,
we
looked at health, relationship with others.
All right.
We think about how we feel good when somebody appreciates us.
Yes.
We also know how good it feels when we appreciate others. Mother Teresa once said that we are more starved for appreciation than we are for bread.
Wow.
And when you think about that and how we can strengthen our relationships with others by letting them know, I appreciate you while you are still on the planet.
Yes.
Because how often do we wait until somebody is laying horizontal before we start saying all kinds of nice things about them?
Yeah, that's right. And that song, I don't know if you know this song, but "Give Me My Flowers," while I'm living, I can yet smell and see the beauty of them.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Wow.
Yeah, there's a study on marriage that
Okay.
John Gottman did,
Mhm.
and he said that couples that are happily married, that have strong marriages, actually
Mhm.
have a 5-to-1 positivity ratio.
Mm.
And what that means is for every one negative thing you say to your spouse,
Okay.
you must say at least 5 positive things to make up for it.
Wow. Okay.
So think about the little things that your spouse does,
Mhm.
boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever.
Yes.
Instead of taking it for granted. You know,
Mhm.
my husband's been cutting the lawn every week. Actually, he's obsessive about it, so sometimes it's 2 or 3 times a week during the summer.
Uh-huh.
And he does a beautiful job. And he's
Yes.
been doing that through our whole marriage.
Wow.
And yet I take the time to tell him, honey, the lawn looks beautiful.
Yes.
You did a wonderful job. He takes out the trash. I'm glad for that. He does the
Absolutely.
lawn. I do the laundry.
Okay. Okay.
But it's the little things that even after 16 years of marriage, we
Mhm.
continue to appreciate about each other.
Okay.
And it really makes a huge difference because, you know, you've been around couples and all they're doing is nipping at each other.
Yes. Yes. It's like, do they really love each other?
Right, exactly. And they feel that maybe that's their way of showing love, but if they took that and again looked for the reasons that they fell in love with that person in the first place
Yes.
and shared those feelings,
Mhm.
it would make, again, a huge difference in the relationship.
Absolutely. And then the children.
Exactly.
They'll just filter down.
Right, right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
self, health, others, and
Okay.
the big one,
Uh-oh.
wealth.
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 Definitely.
We all like to talk about money, right? But from a
Grateful.
business standpoint, yeah, grateful
Mhm.
for it. But wealth in no matter what abundance means to you.
Yes.
But from a business standpoint, strictly a bottom line standpoint,
Okay.
customer retention.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the fact that we spend 6 to 10 times more money to bring that customer into our business to begin with
Yes.
than we do to actually take care of the customers that we already have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun to bring in new customers, isn't it?
Right. Ooh, exactly.
It's that new blood. We're just bringing it in, because our customers that we've had that know, like, and trust us, they're easy.
Yes.
But over a period of time, if we're not paying attention to them, our competitors
That's right.
are going to come in the door and be able to swoop them away.
Yes.
So we look for fun ways that we can show our long-term customers that we appreciate them.
Okay.
I love studies, so I keep referring to
All
them.
right. That's
But
cool.
my business was actually based on a study that was done by Dan Kennedy.
Okay.
And he looked at all the reasons why a customer stops doing business with a company. And he found out that 68% of the time when a customer stops doing business with a company, it's because that customer feels ignored,
Wow. That's a big one.
unappreciated, or taken for granted.
Wow. That's all 3 of those are wrapped up in the gratitude.
And I'm sure how many businesses have you stopped doing business with because they ignored you, you
That's
didn't feel
right.
appreciated,
Mhm.
versus going to a business that you love, even if you're paying more money to go there.
Yes.
But they love you. It's like Cheers. Everybody knows you're going to be
Exactly. And it does give a warm feeling, and that's important.
Right.
That really is important. Recognition, appreciation.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Yes.
even our employees.
Mhm.
If we work for a company that we have employees, and some managers have actually said, well, why should I be telling employees thank you? That's what they're getting paid to do.
Exactly right.
And yet, the companies that take the time to express that appreciation, to say, good job, I appreciate you, thanks for staying after to do that project, I really appreciate your help working with this customer. Being specific as far as acknowledging that
Yes.
that employee,
Mhm.
they're going to stay longer. When you ask them if they can work a little late on a Friday night, they're going to be, okay, fine.
Sure. Yeah.
If they're only doing what you're paying them to do, it's like, I don't think so.
Yes.
I am out of here.
Yes, I have something to do.
Yeah. It's not like you appreciate me while I'm here.
Oh, Nick thing going there.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
So
yes.
there's so much that we can do when we show gratitude. It works on every single level.
Wow, every time. And so you give workshops or keynotes. How does that work? As far as well, not the keynote so much as a workshop. So it's about that.
We do a lot of different exercises depending on the amount of time that I have to play.
Okay.
Because
I love
obviously,
that.
the longer the workshops, the more we can play. try to get a lot of interaction going
Mhm.
with people.
Okay.
I always start with the self, with the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so getting people into the mode of feeling what it feels like to appreciate, one of the main exercises that I always have them do is to write down the 5 things that they're grateful for.
Okay.
Most people will find that they can easily come up with 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's that number 4 and number 5 that's taking them a little bit deeper, and
Wow.
they're connecting with that.
Okay.
Then we look at an exercise for health,
Mm-hmm.
and that going to that heart space.
Okay.
We can actually do not quite a meditation, but just going into that little place of silence where you're putting your hand on your heart
Mm-hmm.
and breathing in and out through your heart,
Okay.
concentrating in that area, and while your hand is on your heart to begin with, your body is already creating endorphins, so that
Wow.
feel-good chemical,
Wow.
and going to that place of gratitude.
Okay.
So we spend some time doing some physical activity.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We also do exercises where when you're sitting next to somebody that you either work with or maybe you just met, to share something that you like and appreciate about your coworker. Take a couple minutes to do that, and then they share with you. Because again, you may have been working with this person sitting next to each other at the desk for 10 years.
Yes.
You like the person, you think that they know that you like them, but you've
Mhm,
never
mhm.
really expressed why. And when people do that, the energy in the room, you can feel it. It's
Wow.
palpable. It's powerful.
And then they go back to work and they
Right.
they tell that person, I really like you.
Right,
You always come in the morning and you speak, even though I don't feel like speaking back. I'm not a morning person or whatever. I'm just using that as an example. But we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back with Lisa. Thank you.
New customers are out there looking for what you have to offer. But which site will they find first? Yours or your competitors? Customers use search engines such as Google or Yahoo to find what they're looking for. So a high search engine ranking is vital to give your site a jump on the competition. And that puts you in an ideal position to increase traffic and sales. That's why search engine visibility is essential. Whether you're new to internet commerce or an established pro looking to grow, search engine visibility can increase your site's traffic and sales. It's easy, affordable, and fast. Search engine visibility leads you step by step through actual examples of search engine optimization, hot tips, powerful techniques, best practices and ranking methods. Search engine visibility has it all. But search engine visibility doesn't only help drive new traffic and increase sales. It also helps you monitor, benchmark, and adjust your site's key search engine data. You'll know at a glance which search terms produce strong results and learn to make them even stronger. Search engine visibility even submits your site to hundreds of search engines and online directories automatically. Now you can compare your site to your competitors and pinpoint the top sources of traffic. So are you ready? Then get discovered. Improve your search engine rankings and maximize your traffic and sales with search engine visibility today.
Well, we're back with Lisa Ryan, a Chief Appreciation Strategist, and she was telling us how a typical workshop goes. And we want to give away the stores. We just gave you a little insight, so we want you to plug into Lisa. This is some awesome, phenomenal work that needs to be done, and a great time in our life. We need to make some real positive changes and help our neighbor do the same. So we're talking at the workshop. Lisa, give us again the acronym of the show. Explain that again for us.
Sure, show, it starts
Okay.
with the self, and
All
it
right.
always starts with us, because if we can't get to gratitude through our own heart,
Okay.
we're not going to be able to get to it outside of
All
ourselves.
right,
So it starts
key.
with the self.
Okay.
When we practice gratitude ourselves,
Mhm.
it helps our health.
Okay.
The performance of our heart, our immune system, the way that we sleep, our energy level.
All right.
Taking it to the next level, now we feel good about ourselves, our health is good, our relationships with others.
Okay.
So stronger marriages, stronger friendships, because we are no longer taking the people that we love for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have all of this working for us, we're going to see a difference in our wealth, in the abundance that we have in our life, whether it be in our business
Yes.
or whether it be in anything that we consider to be that abundance, to be that bounty that we have in our lives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, you've written some books. We talked about that in the introduction. You're an actress. You're a beautiful woman.
Oh, thank you.
Glad to have you here today. So tell us, give us a little more about that part of your journey.
It was actually a really interesting journey how all of this happened.
Okay.
I had met a gentleman at the National Speakers Association,
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing a class. It was a 2-day intensive in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So I signed up for the class because it was on the power of the subconscious mind, and it resonated with me.
Mm.
So when I took this class, Doug started talking about this movie that he was making called The Gratitude Experiment.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm a gratitude expert. And he told me, and I flew a couple months later.
Okay.
I flew to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I filmed for the movie.
Awesome.
So a couple months later, Doug called me. He wanted me to come back to Las Vegas to help him co-facilitate this class.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, a friend of mine had met up with a woman that she went to high school with on Facebook who
Okay.
lived in Las Vegas. And Robin J. owns the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau. So Laura said, you should get together with Robin because she owns the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau and maybe she can help you with your speaking career. Okay, fine. Robin and I got together, we had a lovely dinner, and she was telling me about this movie that she was making with Jack Canfield and Marcy Shimoff in it. I'm like, well, that sounds great. I just finished filming for a movie with Bob Proctor and John DeMartini in it. Your movie sounds wonderful. See you later, bye. And I flew home, never really expecting to see Robin again.
Yes.
So the following Sunday, I'm at church talking to this gentleman I have known for 25 years. And he starts telling me about this movie that his daughter's making with Jack Canfield
No way.
and Marcy Shimoff. And so I said, wait a minute, that sounds like Robin's movie. And then I said, Robin J., Irwin J.
Uh-huh.
I said, Irwin, what's your daughter's name? And he said, Robin. I said, I just had dinner with her.
My gosh.
He said, you didn't just have dinner with her, she lives in Las Vegas.
Yes, and I was in Las Vegas. I love how this is going.
It was this amazing.
That's divine.
It
That is.
really is.
Oh my Lord.
And the other really interesting thing about the movie, which the second one is called The Keeper of the Keys, and it's fabulous. It's just, I've seen it 14 times, and I still laugh, and I still cry. Because
Okay.
I do screenings for it.
Mm-hmm.
But The Keeper of the Keys, I went in there with one story. And I ended up with a completely different story. I was talking about the key of gratitude.
Okay.
And when I first filmed in Las Vegas, I was talking about this kind of depression that I went through in my 30s or right before my 30th birthday because I was looking at all my friends and unfavorably comparing myself with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've all done that.
Yes.
But I looked, they were all married and had kids and houses and cars, and me, I was, single. I was leasing a car, renting a house, and
Okay.
living with my 4 cats. And so it wasn't until I turned around and I said, wait a minute, I have no house and I have no car and I have no husband. These are the best times of my life. And my
Yes,
life turned
yes.
around and I met my husband, who is the love of my life.
Wow.
So that was my story.
You were pushing it
Yeah.
away with all that negativity
Right.
of thinking the lack mentality.
Right.
Rather. Yes.
So that was my story, and I was sticking with it
Wow.
until August, when my father had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
September, Robin wanted me to come back to Las Vegas to refilm because she said, your story's good, but it's not as strong as some of the other people, who
Okay.
talked about the Challenger and the Twin Towers and all these other tragedies.
Okay.
And I said, Robin, I can't come refilm. My father just had a stroke. I'm traveling. I have all this stress. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, well, I don't think that's a good idea. I said, that's the only option that I have.
Yes.
And then, again, the voice
Mm-hmm.
gave me the guidance to ask her, well, is there something I can do from here? And she said, well, what would you do? I said, I don't know, I can do a voiceover. And what would you talk about? Well, we talk about my father's stroke.
That's the story.
So what we did is the beginning of the story started with that, me finding gratitude, and the story ended with this beautiful picture montage of me talking about finding gratitude in my dad's stroke because
Wow.
of the things that he went through and watching him
Mm-hmm.
being unable to speak and yet being able to come to 2 sentences. When he couldn't find the words to say anything else, he would say, thank you.
Wow.
And he would say, I just want to let you know how much I love you. it's such an incredibly beautiful segment that would have never happened again had the story not taken a completely different path than I would have ever expected.
Yes.
But I believe it's because that daily practice of gratitude that I have that makes it, it's not easy.
Oh yeah.
It's easier
Yeah.
for me to find out, well, what is it about this situation, about this tragedy that I can find to be grateful for? And my dad and I are closer than ever before. My siblings and I, our bond has grown stronger. And I've been able to see this man that was, you know, very social, very physically active, dealing with this tough health challenge, and what kind of man he is. And those are all the things that I'm grateful for.
Wow. That's awesome. That's absolutely powerful. What a different view of the world would be. You know, we will take all of those different experiences and turn them around, and it goes back again. It's not about us.
No.
And we take that focus off of how I feel, or my hurt, my pain, and say, look at your dad, and he was grateful. He was in all of what he was going through. He had a moment to say thank you and then I love you.
Right.
Not why did this happen to me?
Right.
Oh,
And he's never asked that question.
That's beautiful.
He's never asked that question because we think that gratitude is not about us, but it is. When we project it out,
yes,
it brings even more than we can ever expect back to us. I mean, it's really a powerful practice. And even if you don't believe it,
yes,
I have to tell you my social media story.
Okay.
Because I decided to do some in-depth scientific research by posting a question on social media.
Hey, this is the 21st century.
Yeah, exactly. And the question was, how do you incorporate gratitude and appreciation into your business?
Okay.
Innocent question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very first response was, you don't need to incorporate gratitude and appreciation because people are just going to take advantage of you anyway. And I was like, what? So I just emailed her back. I said, I'm really sorry that you feel that way. And she said, that's all right. I'm a big girl now and I'm moving on. And again, I'm like, what?
Woo! Sounds like an angry person. Exactly. I have to stop you right there. We've got to take a break. We'll be back with Lisa, and we're going to get even deeper in this gratitude thing, because we're going to change some lives here. We're going to get healthy. Our wealth, not necessarily financial, but financial. Things are going to change. We want to come back with Lisa. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Go beyond. People of the world, it's a brand new day. Turn it up, let the music play. Let's go. Your stars too bright that you can't catch the light. This is your day to shine, your time to win. So raise your cup and drink it in.
Lisa, we stopped off where that was the bang. Social media girl. That was crazy. I know you weren't expecting that response, but at the same time, that was an opportunity for you to put into practice what you do all along.
So I thought I'd send her one more email.
Okay.
And I said, now this is going to sound really silly, but if you would just write down 3 to 5 things for which you're grateful every day and do it for 30 days, I think that you'll see a difference. And she emailed me back. She's like, oh, thank you for being so positive.
Sarcastically, probably.
No.
Oh, it was real?
It was
Oh,
real.
okay.
I said, but what'd you do with the other woman?
She probably hurt herself.
Yeah.
It was like, I attacked that woman. Why didn't I have to say?
Yeah. And
I was in a bad mood when I said.
Right.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is I stayed in touch over the course of the next couple weeks.
Okay.
And about a month went by and I said, so how did it go? And she said, it's really interesting. I haven't been feeling that much difference, but I went on vacation and other people noticed.
Wow.
So this woman, she did not believe that this gratitude stuff would really work.
Yeah.
And she didn't realize the effect that it would have on other people. And she's not an isolated incident.
Okay.
At one of my seminars, I had a woman come up to me afterwards and she said, Lisa, I've been keeping a gratitude journal for about 3 months, and I really wasn't feeling any difference, and it was taking up time, and I was going to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
The day she was going to give it up, her husband came up to her and he said, "What's been going on with you lately? You seem so much happier."
Wow.
My husband didn't know that I was keeping a gratitude journal,
Mm-hmm.
and he felt the beneficial effects of it.
Wow.
So it's something that we're doing for ourselves
Mhm.
as well as doing for others, because it's going to make so many things in our lives good.
Wow. Because we are connected spiritually.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. This is this is exciting. You mentioned there's a challenge that you have going on. Tell us
Yes.
about that.
Yes, from June 1st to 30th. It's
Okay.
called the 5 Thank Yous a Day Gratitude Challenge.
All right.
And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to say 5 gratitudes, say or write 5 gratitudes every single day.
Okay.
And there's 5 ways that you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You can write them in a gratitude journal.
Okay.
For every one, if you write down 5, you're done for the day. If the second one is to send a thank you note. The third one is to send a letter of gratitude. And you may be saying, well, what's the difference?
Okay.
A thank you note, the way that I look at it, it's for something specific. Somebody gave you a gift, they helped you with a project, so you're thanking them for something very specific.
Okay.
The letter of gratitude takes it to the next level where it's a little bit deeper. You know, dear Audrey, this is why I'm glad you're my friend.
Wow.
And going into that whole thing that we talked about a little bit earlier about not waiting till the eulogy, of
Mhm.
expressing your feelings to that person while they're still on the planet. Then, so we have the gratitude journal, the
Mhm.
thank you note, the gratitude letter.
Okay.
We can express sincere, specific appreciation to someone.
All right.
And why I say sincere and specific, it's because when the waitress comes over and refills your iced tea and you say thanks, doesn't count.
Darn.
Exactly. And then the last one is to meditate on gratefulness for
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay.
So you can do one or any of the above.
Mhm.
The gratitude journal is the most powerful because you're using so many senses. You're feeling the pen in your hand, you're
Okay.
hearing the words, you're seeing the words. That's a powerful practice. But if
Okay.
the only thing that I told people to do about the challenge
Mhm.
was to write it down,
Yes.
they probably wouldn't do it. We need choices.
Yes. Yes.
And I am guaranteeing with the
Okay.
5 thank yous a day that if you do 5 thank yous every day and keep track of them and really have that conscious attention to gratitude for the month of June,
Mhm.
by July 1st you will notice a difference. You will notice a
Wow.
very positive difference in your life. Not sure where it is, not sure where your path is going to take you, but
Mhm.
it absolutely works, and it only takes 5 thank yous a day.
We're gonna do this.
Yes.
We're gonna change some lives.
I
Yes,
agree.
absolutely, absolutely. Can't wait to get started on doing my journaling. I'm gonna express some things out loud to the people and do the gratitude letter. Did I get them all, or did I miss
Yes.
one?
Yeah, gratitude journal, thank
Okay.
you note, gratitude letter, express gratitude, or
Okay.
meditate on
Or to
gratitude.
meditate. Yes, yes. Okay.
And going inside also
Mhm.
works, just to bring you to that
Yeah.
place of gratefulness.
Yes. And and I'm thinking about this too. We go through so many things in our life. We're different ages, whatever we experience life. And sometimes life can beat us down and we don't realize just how far down we've been beat. And we find ourselves in a state
Mhm.
of not being grateful or not even knowing that we're not grateful.
Right.
So this is your work, your ministry.
Well, it's a practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a practice, and that's what, I like, remember that old Hefty Bag commercial, the Wimpy, Wimpy, Wimpy?
Oh, yes,
Wimpy,
yes,
Wimpy,
yes.
Wimpy, Hefty, Hefty, Hefty. Well, and that's what a lot of us start into with a
Mhm.
wimpy gratitude muscle, because we're so
Okay.
stuck in the muck
Yes.
of we just can't find a place to get out of it. And if you're going through it, if you're having a day,
Mm-hmm.
and the only way you can get to gratitude is, okay, I am grateful I can fog a mirror today.
And then you might laugh.
Yeah,
Then we-
exactly.
yeah, that would be great.
I'm grateful that I can walk myself to the bathroom. Whatever. Wherever you are. But like I said, then you kind of giggle because it's silly.
Yes.
And it picks up your mood.
Mm-hmm.
But it's starting where you are. And no
Yes.
matter where you are, it may be in your house, there's a chair you like.
Okay.
I'm grateful that I have this chair.
Wow.
Starting where you are, and little by little,
Mm-hmm.
as that practice continues, your gratitude muscle gets stronger and stronger and stronger, so that when something tragic does happen in your life, you have worked it to a point that, okay, I mean, when I lost my medical sales job a year and a half ago,
Yes.
I was blindsided,
Mhm.
absolutely blindsided,
Yes.
unexpected.
Yes. Okay.
And because I had been practicing gratitude, by that time it was only a year, but I was like, okay, I need to find a way to get to gratitude. What
Yes.
can I be grateful for about this? And you know what showed up when I asked myself that question?
What?
My goal list from 1989.
Oh, wow.
Picture it showed up in my head.
Wow.
Of the first 3 things on the list, the second one was to become a professional motivational speaker,
Okay.
and the third one was to write a book. And at that moment, I realized that it had just been, this opportunity had just been opened up to me that I
Mhm.
would not have had if I was still working full time. But because I took the time to be grateful, to ask the question,
Mm-hmm.
it allowed the realization to come through. So
Wow.
again, it makes a difference.
Yes, it does. That is so powerful. Now tell us a little bit about the book.
The book is called The Upside of Down Times,
Okay.
Discovering the Power of Gratitude.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about it. It's just so much of my heart and my
Mhm.
stories, and it is broken down into the 4 sections with show, so the S, H, O, and W.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm using a lot of research is supporting it,
Mhm.
but it's also backed up with anecdotes, not only my stories, but stories of my friends and different people that I have interviewed to find out how gratitude has helped them in their lives.
Okay.
It also has activities throughout the book after every chapter. It's the kind of book that I like to read because the chapters are 4 to 6 pages each.
Oh, yes.
You have
Look at
5
this
minutes to read a
fast.
chapter. And the book itself is maybe 100 pages.
Okay,
So
all
it's not intimidating. You can
Mhm.
sit down and read it and get some really good information from it, high content,
Yes.
but as well as the stories that go
Mhm.
along with it.
Okay.
And I'm really excited to have
That
it.
is, me too. Where can we plug in and get your book?
The book will be on my website, which is
Okay.
at grategy.com.
Okay, we'll get that down here.
And
Okay.
so, and it should be out. I will have it in my hands by the end of June as far as the author copies, as far
Okay.
as the copies for distribution. I know it's
Mhm.
going to be on Amazon. I'll have
All
a
right.
Kindle version and all
Okay.
of that too.
Great.
So probably July or August,
Okay.
it will be readily available to the general public.
Awesome, awesome. Lisa, we're going to take our last break. I'm going to wrap it up and so we can make sure we get your book when it comes out and make sure that we take part in that 30-day challenge. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Howard Cohn, and I'm here to tell you about the key to alkalizing your body, and that's our 7.2 greens. This product is amazing. You'll never find anything else like it on the market. This thing has taken so much time to put together to get it exactly the way we want it so that you can literally eat it out of your hand, out of the container. Most people know that if they eat greens, they're going to be healthier. They start doing it, they do it for a day or two, they try wheatgrass or they try eating spinach or broccoli and they go, you know what, I can't do this. It tastes like I'm licking the bottom of my lawnmower. And they stop. They know it's good, but they stop and they don't do it. We've engineered these greens to taste amazing. I can't wait for you to try them. Our 7.2 greens are made with all organic ingredients, certified organic ingredients. Our cereal grasses, which are barley grass, oat grass, alfalfa, and wheatgrass, all organic. Our alkalizing vegetables of parsley, broccoli sprouts, spinach, kale, cabbage, carrot, and more, all organic. Our flavoring, which is apple and raspberry, organic. And even our Lohan berry, all natural sweetener. No algae, no soy fillers, no artificial flavors, no colors, no sweeteners. There is nothing on the market like this. I've tried literally hundreds of greens products, all a disappointment. I've had tons of patients say they can't do it. For the first time ever, we have a greens product that people will not only take, but they'll love. I can't wait for you to try it.
was Lisa Ryan. I almost called you Lisa Nichols. Lisa
Well,
Ryan.
thanks, I'm honored.
Oh gosh. Well, anyway, this has been an exciting journey here with you today, and I can't wait to just to continue this outside of the show. You deposit some very positive things into me, as well as to our viewers. So I can't wait to start a challenge, and we're going to start a few days after the June 1st, but we'll get going, and those 30 days still count.
Yes, it
Know about
does. It
that.
all counts.
Yeah, so give us some last minute advice here. We're going to close out. We're going to wrap up. Lisa.
If you're not already keeping a gratitude journal, that is the single most powerful practice that you can do to change your life. If you wake up in the morning, do that the first thing. Number one, you get it out of the way. Number two, and you can also set a positive expectation for the day. For example, I'm grateful in advance. This morning in my gratitudes, I wrote, I am so grateful that I rocked the interview with Audrey today.
Woo!
So, and that has worked for me.
Okay.
A lot of people might like to do their gratitudes last thing at night before they go to bed. So keep a journal by your bed.
All right.
Before you go to sleep at night, write down 3 to 5 things for which you're grateful about the day. Because that way, even if you didn't have your favorite day on the planet,
Yes.
you can still look back and say, okay, what is it about this day that I can be grateful for? And you'll find several things, and you'll be able to sleep better because of it. So that single practice is more powerful than really anything else that you can do, because again, when we start here with the gratitude journal, it's going to affect every person, every event, every circumstance that we have to deal with in our lives then.
Exponential.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again, Lisa. We're going to plug into your website, and we're looking for your book. We're going to do a 30-day challenge, or you have some workshops and things coming up that we'll be able to plug into. Definitely want to make sure that you have that information so you can keep your journey going on a more positive plane. So until then, you go out and you make something positive happen in your world.